Oh, hi everyone. I didn't see you guys there, just doing a little birding out in my backyard. It's just gorgeous around these parts. It's a beautiful time to do this. Nobody around, physical distancing. Just a really beautiful time. And you get to see all kinds of, oh my God, is that a cassowary? Oh my God, I've not seen one in nature before. I'm really lucky here. You guys are really lucky. Wow. Oh my God, is that a baby? That's, you guys, this is really special. Wow. Let's just enjoy this for a bit. Wow. There they go. As soon as they come, they just disappear. You never know in nature. It's just throws surprises at you all the time. What can you do? Everyone, welcome to the show. I know this is a little bit different than when we normally do our classes at UNSW. Things are a bit strange, a bit odd, but nothing is kind of normal any longer. So my name is Michael. I'm your lecturer for today. We're going to be hitting up a little bit of a tutorial and we're playing some games to learn a little bit more about evolution. So I can chat here the whole entire time pretty easily, but that's going to be a little bit boring, probably for you guys and for me after a little while, because I can only stand the sound of my voice for so long. So remember, this is a little bit of a two-way street, and this is probably a lot different than what you guys normally do in your classes where you're in Zoom calls or Teams calls or Blackboard Collaborate and all that stuff. And in this case, you guys only see me and I can't see you. So that's a really cool privacy thing there, which I really like a lot about using YouTube Live and all that. But I really want to see you guys participate in the chat, because that's how I'm going to find out whether you guys understand what we're doing, and you guys are going to be able to answer the questions that I ask you throughout the show. Because really, even though you guys only see me, I need feedback from you guys over there as well. So throw something in the comments right now. Let me know that you guys are watching. Let me know that you guys understand and hear me okay. And let's see how we can get today going and moving and having a little bit of fun. So, let's move on to the game to make sure that you guys have all that downloaded and all that kind of set up. So we'll hit that right now. So this is our game that we'll be using today. It's called Eat, Pray, Live. So this is how we will look at evolution and explore evolution in the classroom. I know some of you guys may not be familiar with that, but by the end of it, you guys will be evolutionary biologists, I guarantee it. So, hello Penny, hello Courtney, Karina, Angela, Harper, Edwin. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. Let's make this a fun class. A little bit different, but what the heck. All right, so we are using Eat, Pray, Live. If you haven't downloaded that game, head to Google Play, head to the App Store, search for Eat, Pray, Live, which is a hilarious comment on a movie and book, but maybe you guys are a little bit too young about that. I don't know, whatever. So download Eat, Pray, Live. I'll bring that one more time. It's all free. Make sure you have that, because that's how we're going to be participating in the course and collecting all that data during the tutorial. When you do download it, and I'll bring this up a little bit later again, but when you do download it, I want you to press that little notebook button that is in the upper corner-ish area right there, right beside the tutorial. Press that little button. That'll slide out, and we want to put in this class code, BIOS 2500 2020. Right? So that is going to make sure that all the data that you guys end up collecting is going to be pushed to this dashboard that I've got here, and we'll be able to all look at it together through the show. So I'll bring that up one more time, and I'm going to type it in myself. So let's go, my big fat thumbs. There we go. So what is it again? It is all in lowercase, everyone. Apple likes putting an uppercase letter at the beginning. So BIOS 2500, am I right? I already forgot it. 2020, which is the year. God, this year's gone by fast, and the craziest year so far that I've experienced, I think, for multiple reasons. All right, so make sure you hit that submit button. That little should say successfully linked to class, and that should turn green. Once that is, now we're set up. If you guys want, actually I would appreciate it, throw in some kind of name there. Doesn't have to be your actual name, just kind of some kind of pseudonym. I'm going to put what comes naturally to me, which is obviously, oops, not ool guy, but cool guy. Because, well, I don't think I need to explain it, but you know, whatever. So submit that, that's accepted in there as well, and we're ready to go. Okay, before we actually play the game, we're going to run through a little bit of a tutorial because I think that provides a little bit of a lesson about how evolution functions. So from now on, if you guys have any questions, throw them in the comments section. I can see them right there. So I'll be responding to you guys, answering any questions. So please don't be shy because I'm here, you know, willing to kind of throw myself out there. I love if you guys did as well. All right. Let's hit that tutorial button. So evolution is the change in gene frequencies over time. This is going to go a little quickly. We might go through it again. The first thing that's necessary for evolution to happen is variation. You can see that these dots are moving in different ways and they're different colors. Second thing that's important is heritability. That means your kids have to look and act like you. And as you can see, these dots behave similarly to their parents. Now, selection means that some dots have a better chance of surviving and reproducing than others. Okay? That means that those traits that those dots have, in this case the dots, but in other cases, animals, plants, bacteria, any kind of living organism, will pass on those traits to their offspring. Okay? So those are the three things that are absolutely and utterly necessary for evolution to occur. This is where I usually, when we're actually in a face-to-face class, I harp on you guys. I make you guys repeat that to me. That makes it a bit weird here, but you know, you can type it in. The first thing, remember, it's variation. So you have to have variation in a trait. There have to be differences that lead to differences in performance. Okay? Then that second thing is that variation in traits has to be heritable, right? So that means that your offspring or the offspring of that organism has to be more similar to you than to some random individual. Because if they are not, then those genes aren't passed on. And genes have to be passed on for them to be able to be selected upon. All right? Then that last thing we have is selection. So make me feel really good. Throw those three words in there: variation, heritability, and selection. Remember, selection is some external force that modifies successful survival and reproduction for an individual based on the traits that they have. All right? So those are those three things. Those three things are absolutely and utterly necessary for evolution to occur, and they apply to all living organisms all over the planet, and probably further than that as well. All right. So if you have any questions so far, remember, throw them in. Thank you, Penny. I really appreciate that. You the bomb. All right. So remember those three things. We're going to be talking about them a lot. I will be bringing them up a lot. I will expect you guys to burn that into your memory because they are so important for the rest of this course that you guys will be taking. And every time Dr. Brooks or anyone else that's lecturing, me or Dr. Nakagawa, think about what that variation, underlying variation, that trait that they're discussing is. Think about how selection can be acting on those traits. That could be good dancing ability. That could be, you know, how to know when to run from a fight. That could be anything, any kind of trait. And notice that there's variation in those traits in a population. Those three things are super important. All right. So let's just go ahead and actually play one round of this game. And we're all going to play it the exact same way the first time. Jump on in and hit that sphere in the center. Bam. So remember, I hope you guys have added in that class code. I'm going to bring that in one more time just in case. BIOS 2500 2020, all lower case. All right. So hit that continue button. And then right now, we want to select no here. All right. So do you want your dot speed and agility to mutate? No, absolutely not. So hit no, all right? Then we'll move on to the second thing. We're going to hunt 25 dots this time, all right? And we will select no correlation, speed only. All right, so hit that as well. Then, will you lose energy if you miss a dot? We're going to make it a little bit easier for everyone right now, and we hit no. Oops, I hit the wrong button. There we go. My fingers are too big on this tiny little iPhone. All right, so remember, do you want your dot speed and agility to mutate? No. How many dots we're going to hunt? 25. How are dot speed and agility related? No correlation, speed only. We're only looking at speed right now. Will you lose energy if you miss a dot? No. Make it on easy right now. All right, so hit let's play. Remember, you're going to try and squash these dots as they move across the screen, and we're going to be doing it for 10 rounds. All right, so if you see that yellow ring appear around a dot, that means it's invincible. You missed it once, you don't get a second chance. So you really want to make sure you smack that dot. So let's see how everyone does. Some people are better than this than others, and that is that thing that I was talking about. It is called, let me hear it, starts with the letter V. I'm going to pretend you guys all yelled it out. Variation. All right, let's play. Remember, they're invincible when you see that yellow ring, and begin. So try and smack these dots. Gee, that one went by fast. Okay, and you want to kill as many of these as you can. Let's see how everyone does. I have played this many times, and you know, I think I am losing my skill. Because if this is anything like Call of Duty, I'm getting slaughtered on that game. So, but anyway, that's another story for another time. All right, so right now what we have on screen are these bars, and along the bottom is their speed. The purple ones is the distribution of the different speeds before you started killing anything. All right, the pink ones are the survivors. All right. Yes, Josh Lee, thank you. I knew someone would be yelling it out. I appreciate it. Yes, variation. So that purple is exactly what Josh Lee just said. It is the variation in the traits that we see. Now already you should start seeing that you were more likely to kill certain dots than other ones. Those are the pink ones. The pink ones are the survivors. Notice my speed 1, that's all dead. Speed 2, they survived for some reason. Speed 3, you all dead. Speed 4 and 5 didn't do so well either, but 6 and 7 and 8 survived pretty well. So this is the beginning of all that. What's that other word I was talking about? Do a little Hulk Hogan. Starts with a letter S. Hit me up with that one when you get a chance as well. I want to make sure that you guys know what I'm talking about. So as we're doing this, we're going to hit the next wave. And we're going to go through 10 of these now. Doesn't take as long as you think. It's pretty quick. Hit that next wave, and let's see if we can kill some more dots. And what's likely going to happen is you're probably going to get better at this game as you actually progress. So selection, yes, Karina, thank you. All right, I am now, I hit that one. I am now much better at this game than I was in round 1. Hopefully you guys are improving as well. And as you can see, things are starting to change already. Move it up straight into level 3. Let's just go all the way to level 10. And when we do, don't turn it off and don't say back to menu. We're just going to look at that real quick. Okay, so let's just go. Oh, geez, that one surprised me. Let's see if we can make it all the way to level 10 really quickly. And now usually in class, what I do is I walk around with people, chat with people, you know, see how they're doing. This is the first time I've actually run this practical online. And now I just find that I'm just talking to myself, which, you know, of course isn't fun because, you know, I can't hear from you guys. But if you guys want to know anything about, I don't know, me, the research I do, what I've been doing during lockdown, you want to tell me what you've been doing during lockdown, what shows you've been watching, whatever, let's have a little chat while we're going through all these 10 levels. Next wave, that first one always gets me. It's fast. But look at this. I'm laying the smack down right now. one got away. Two got away. Dang, what? Spoke too soon. So let's get through all these guys and see how we're doing. I don't know what folks have been watching during lockdown. Started watching Rick and Morty again. Yeah, it's not bad. As you can see, what's happening here. That really big line up in the center. You guys are probably getting similar kinds of things going on. You guys, we'll be able to actually see what you guys have done. At the end of this, we can actually take a look at the data. Oh man. Oh, some of these guys are fast. So let's just whip through all of these real quick and see if you guys are getting similar results to me. Now, if you guys are getting similar results, let me know right now. Throw it up in the comment section and let me know what your distributions are looking like. I'm just laying the smackdown on these dots. They've got no chance. Again, once spoke too soon. As soon as I say something, I end up missing like mad. All right. So I'm wondering if your lines look really similar, or your graphs and figures look similar to mine, to see if that distribution is the same. I would love to know. So do let me know if you're getting similar kinds of results as I am. Oh, I missed. Oh, those got me. Got me so bad. Oh, this is going to be an embarrassing distribution. Oh. So there are a lot of things going on right now. And the speed 5. Why does it keep getting past? All right, let's see what we've got here. Now, I am almost done. I'm on wave 8 now. I don't know what wave you guys are on, but let's make sure we get through all of these together. And let's see. Oh, yes, double kill. Ooh! I killed all my dots. Can you believe that happened? So now I accidentally went back to the main menu because I've never done that before. Killed all my dots. So we're going to have to pull up someone else's data to take a look at. So you guys let me know when you've finished all 10 levels, and we'll take a quick look. What I'll do is I'll take a quick look at the data right now, and so I can see how things are kind of looking, to make sure that see what is going on here. Right. Take a quick look. Here we go. So what do we got here? What are people saying? Okay, Karina, you are finished. Excellent. Let me know. So, Karina, if you wouldn't mind, what does your distribution look like? Do you have a very even distribution like you did at the beginning? Or do you have more of a distribution happening around very specific speeds? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. And Aya as well, and Edwin, well, all of you guys, please let me know how your distribution looks. Again, is it a normal distribution where you have a little bit of every speed happening, or do you have things clumping on certain areas? Okay, because we can chat about that a little bit so we can understand why our distribution looks like it does. And that's really important. So I do definitely want you to let me know how things look for you at the end. Let's see. I can pull some things up here. So let's see. So you only have, Karina says she's only got 2 peaks. One at 5 and one at 6.5. And Jordan, you've got stuff going on in speed 8 and speed 9. Edwin, you've got it on 7 and 8. All right. So it looks like all of your distributions have kind of shrunk. I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger right now. Where am I? Okay, I'll just bring myself back here. Nope, that's not where I want to go. Oh, I messed it all up. There I am. Okay. So, you guys have all said your distributions have peaked in a certain area. Some 5, some 7, and some 9. Now, that means you guys have been killing everything else. And some of those have been easier to kill than others, right? Some of those had only a few individuals at the beginning, say like speed 2, 3, and 4, even speed 9 and speed 8. They only had a few individuals. And remember, only the ones that survived ended up reproducing, right? So you ended up culling all those really slow ones. But what's kind of interesting is, Karina, you've only got things happening at about 5 and 6.5. You know, we've got some things happen on 7, Edwin, 7 and 8. So that means those 9s ended up disappearing for you guys as well. So generally, we've had this kind of selection for a higher speed, but we also had some of these really fast individuals end up disappearing from the population. Their gene frequencies are gone. So what we've actually seen is we've seen our populations here evolve because we've removed the really slow ones, and it seems in most populations the really, really fast ones, right? So why do you guys, I can see why you guys killed all the slow ones. I killed all the slow ones as well. Why do you think all the super fast ones, like the 9s and 10s, ended up disappearing from the population? And hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you guys understand, or make a guess at why you think those individuals disappeared. Even though they are really, really fast. It should be really hard to hit, right? Because clearly we've been selecting for faster speed because individuals in our population were getting faster. Those traits have kind of evolved. So, Angela, you peaked at 8 and 9, and Courtney, 5 and 6. So interesting, we've got very different distributions. So if you think of each one of these distributions, or each one of you as targeting a specific population, we have different end results on our population, which is kind of interesting, right? So what's happened, like I said, is all of you have pretty much killed all the slow ones, and that's because all those ones are really easy to kill. But some of you have actually ended up killing all the fast ones as well. Oh, my throat's getting ill. I'm talking so much. So tell me why you guys think that some of the fast ones ended up dying. Was it because you're really good at killing fast things, but you're not really good at killing medium speed things? Is it because something's happening during the game? Is it because, I don't know, I can't think of anything else. I don't want to tell you guys the actual answer. So let me know if you guys can think of why some of these really, really fast individuals didn't end up surviving in your population. All right? It's going to be something about the distribution, or how many individuals existed in each one of those speeds. In this case, we call speed a trait. So it's the frequency of that trait in the population. And what do we see? So to do with heritability, as in very high speed might be a recessive trait that isn't easily passed on. That is absolutely possible and could be the case in this population. I obviously didn't tell you, but speed isn't a recessive allele or a recessive trait. And the traits are very, very heritable. So if I'm a 9, there's a very, very, almost 100% chance that my kids will be a 9 as well, right? So it's not necessarily that it's a recessive allele. And clearly, Karina, you have done some biology before, so well done. So these things are perfectly heritable in this case, because remember, we said no mutations are happening during this one at all, right? So it's something else. Remember that distribution that we had, right? The middle had the most individuals, and both of those tails had the fewest individuals. Now, just by random chance, what could happen to these tail ends? And Macy, you kind of nailed it. There were less really fast dots in the beginning. So, if by chance you killed that really fast dot, that one fast dot that existed in that population at the beginning, those genes are gone from that population. And that means they don't come back because we don't have any mutations happening in our population. So once that allele is gone, it is gone for good. It's not coming back. And that means only the things that are still there can reproduce and produce offspring. So we ended up narrowing the distribution. And in this case, that's called stabilizing selection. That means you're cutting off the end of both sides, and that population exists within a single center area. Right? That's called stabilizing selection. That's what you guys did there. Right? So Ryan absolutely is. The variation is the reason there are very few fast ones and very few slow ones. So when you kill those very few, like I said, they're gone out of the population forever. They never come back. So what I'd like to do is play this game one more time. Well, let's do it a little bit differently. So let's head back into the game. And we'll tap the sphere to play. So we'll get back in here. This time, we're going to say, yes, we want dot speed and agility to mutate. Okay? Now, I want you guys, as we're going through the rest of this setup, I want you guys to tell me in the comments what you think this will do to trait distributions and how our distribution changes over time. I'm asking you guys to make a hypothesis and make a prediction. More so a prediction, actually, than a hypothesis. Our hypothesis is that our tapping, our selection is going to change the distribution of the traits that we see in our population. I want you guys to predict how that distribution will change. Remember, when we had no mutations, we had things stabilize. So only the traits in like 5 or 6 or 7 and 8, and 2 numbers largely stayed there, right? Now I want you guys to predict what's going to happen when we end up allowing mutations to happen, okay? So throw that into the comments when you guys have a think about it and think of something. Remember, this is a learning experience. Don't feel bad. Make a guess. You know, I would love to see you guys talk about this in the comments section. So don't feel bad if you don't get it right. You know, you're not getting marked on this kind of stuff. This is more for a conversation that we're having here so I can make sure that you guys really understand what's going on. Because like I said, this whole concept is really fundamental to everything else that you guys will be doing in the class. And I underestimated how dry my throat was going to be. So, Karina, you think the final distribution will be much broader because genes that were killed at the start can reappear later on. That is a very good prediction. I like that. And we'll be able to test that. What else we got? Courtney, there'll be larger variation in speeds of the dots. Maybe. I like these predictions. These are very, very good. Larger speeds at level 10. All right, Edwin. Angela, the distribution will look closer to normal. I would guess on that as well. So let's see how things will look. And Ryan, you've got the environment will select for faster dots. So over time, the dots will become faster. So what you're suggesting there, Ryan, is that we'll see the distribution move. And we're not going to see that hard stop that we saw with, you know, some folks having ended at 6.5 or ending at 7 or 8. So let's take a look. Let's do 25 as well here. I want you guys, so those with the last name from A to M, you guys hit high correlation. Those ones with N to Z, you guys hit weak correlation. We'll do a little bit of an experiment, and that way we can talk about it a little bit at the end of class, how our distributions kind of differ for both speed and agility. Now, remember, A to M, you guys are highly correlated, and N to Z, it's weak correlated. I am a K, so I am a high correlation. Then, we'll still not talk about, we'll still make it easy. Let's not lose energy if we miss a dot. So hit no, and then let's play. So we'll go through all 10 levels again, and let's see how we do, all right? Remember, once it turns yellow, you can't hit it again because it is invincible. You only get one chance to hit every dot. All right, let's go for it. Let me know how you guys do. That one was fast. Now you can see that they're starting to do something different. They're not just moving in a straight line anymore. Some of them are moving up and down, which makes them a little bit more difficult to hit. Sneaky one. Got past. Okay. So now we've got that same distribution. Put my camera in the wrong spot here today. Purple, that normal distribution. We're already starting to see differences in the pink of the ones that we ended up killing, right? So let's just go straight through this and see how we do. I'm curious. Some of these guys are sneaking by because there's doubles on the screen, and I don't know which one to hit. Sneaky. Some of these dots are sneaky. And already we're starting to see changes in our distribution. So hopefully you guys are starting to see some differences as well. Let's see how things will look at the end. Oh gosh, that little guy. That slow guy somehow snuck through. Because my big fingers. All right, and things are starting to change. Go team high correlation. Yes, that is, I'm part of this team. I am rooting for that team. All right, let's go. Next wave. I'm on wave 4. Hopefully you guys are at that same level or past me. Let's see how things will end up looking. I am, ooh, that one snuck by. Almost got a double kill. Almost got a double kill again. Only I was this good in Call of Duty. I am getting slaughtered in that game. I am too old to play that game. Let's see. All right. Okay. Wave 4. And I am doing all right this time. Oh, sneaky. Oh! When there's multiple ones, some of these guys end up using their friends' cannon fodder, I tell you. All right, let's see. Oh. I'm doing all right. How's everyone else doing? Okay, let me know if what stage you guys are at and how things are coming along for you guys. Oh, some of these guys are going real fast now. Okay, uh-oh. Okay, uh-oh. I have this feeling that I might have killed everyone again. See? All right. Now I'm afraid start to... Ooh, okay. All right, let's see. I'm just going to do it. Okay. Yes, good. Okay. I didn't kill everyone. Ooh. I am... Oh, it's when the doubles come on. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing better than I am. But not too much better because I don't want to look too bad. All right, you guys got to... Oh, no! I lost my population. All right, hopefully we'll see yours. I'll whip through some of mine again. Close that off. Oh, my little finger. As you can see, we've got to fix some of these things. Let's head back over here. All right. Okay, so you guys let me know when you're done, and we will take a look at some of the data. I'll take a look at it over here, see how things ended up looking. Let's see. Are the data? Okay. Is it? There it is. All right. All right. So here we go. We're getting some stuff coming in. That's great. Excellent. So you're done, Edwin, Josh. Excellent. Thank you. And I am starting to see some kind of results here, which is great. I'm going to pick some random ones up that demonstrate some cool distributions, and we can kind of talk about them. Let's see. All right. Here, let's. Oh. Right. Oh, that's a nice one there. We'll talk about that one, and then let's see if we'll grab another one. Oops. Wrong button. E. All right. Okay. So what I want you guys to tell me, what did you guys notice about your distribution? Were some of your predictions right? Did you actually end up having, like we said, that distribution end up moving to the right? There was no hard end anymore. Did you end up seeing things, was there more of a normal distribution like you thought it might be, because we allowed mutations to happen? So I want to know, so Macy had a high correlation, skewed towards high speed, increasing frequency from 710, then one at 3 and 4. So you had one really slow individual. Now, that's really interesting to me, because we had this selection for really, really fast things, but you also seem to have selection for really, really slow things. Now, can anyone tell me why there might have been selection for really slow things? And that has to do with the other trait that these individuals actually demonstrated. Remember, they were slow to fast, but that other trait was their agility. And what did really slow individuals, what were their agility like that may have helped them end up surviving? So, does YouTube chat allow links? Yeah, I think it does allow links. I'm not 100% sure. I've never actually had anyone ask me that. So give it a try. See if it works, and then we'll find out. I answered weak correlation between speed and agility and ended up with a mess. Peaks at 4, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Doesn't sound like much of a mess, even though it doesn't look like this really pretty normal distribution. Those are still really cool results, because it sounds like you kind of almost have a bimodal distribution, and not quite as an extreme one as Macy ended up happening, with things happening really, really slow and really, really fast. Remember? So now I want you guys to have a think. Why do you guys think we might have had this bimodal distribution of really slow ones, then nothing in the middle, and then some really fast ones at the end? Right? Fast ones are hard to hit because they're so fast. And why would the slow ones be hard to hit? Why would those individuals end up surviving so well? Okay, so we've got Did the slow individuals move diagonally on the screen? They also didn't really move that far along the screen. They disappeared halfway off. So, you're right. So they were moving a lot more. They were more agile. So the slower ones were more agile, which made them a little bit more harder to hit. So, what we actually happened in our population, in this situation, we had multiple traits that we were selecting on. Speed and agility. And both those are really good traits to have to stay away from predators. You can just leave the screen really, really fast, and then you won't get hit. Or be really agile, so that it's really hard to hit you, and then once the player misses once, they end up disappearing, right? And that means they end up surviving and having really agile offspring. Wow, the other thing that you guys noticed and mentioned here, so you had a weak correlation, all the 9s were selected out and peak at 8.5. So interestingly, that's really cool. So during that weak correlation, you had more of a stabilizing selection again. And in that strong correlation, the other groups were having this bimodal distribution happening. So you can see that the relationships between traits can affect how traits evolve. And that's because it affects the predator's ability, in this case you guys, your ability to hit those dots accurately, right? So trait relationships can affect how traits evolve. And now, remember I asked you guys what would happen if we allowed mutation to happen. And I think you guys have kind of nailed it and mentioned it in these comments right here, is we started going outside of our original distribution, right? We moved past 9 in some scenarios. We moved below 3 in some scenarios because new alleles were being brought into the population. And those new alleles may offer new opportunities for individuals to survive because they have new traits that predators, in this case you guys, may not have encountered before and may have difficulty squashing, right? You can see all these different factors that could end up affecting how populations evolve. The level of heritability of the trait, in this case mutations add in new trait variability and add new trait combinations that allow things to change over time. Your ability to select, or a predator's ability to select, who survives can change based on those trait relationships, right? And like I said, we saw things like those really narrow stabilizing selection happen for those really narrow distributions. We had directional selection happen in some, where things only happen on one side, and then bimodal distributions where we had things in the middle not survive very well at all. So let me know right now if that all makes sense to you guys. Because like I said, you guys will be applying these ideas as you guys go throughout the rest of the course. You'll be thinking about how traits are correlated with one another, what that means for how traits may evolve, and how predators or mates may be selecting for those traits. Well, in this course, you're largely going to be focusing on human interactions, which is really, really interesting. Both Dr. Brooks and I do study humans from an evolutionary perspective, which is a heck of a lot of fun. Right? So you guys will be applying a lot of what we've done today to understanding human traits. And a lot of what we'll end up talking about in this course is how social environments can influence which traits succeed, which individuals end up reproducing the most, having the most offspring, having higher quality offspring in different environments, and all those things will be really fun to talk about in respect to human population. So what I'll do really quickly is I'll just bring up some data here. So here is a situation where we kind of had a little bit of everything kind of survive, Sorry, there's a bus going by. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Hopefully not. We had really non-agile individuals survive. So agility wasn't selected for at all. You had that completely disappear from the population. And you had this kind of in the middle speed. So things didn't get too fast, things didn't get too slow, but you had almost what looks like a bimodal distribution here, right? From 2 to 6, and then 7 through to 10. And then here, let me grab another population here, where we had the exact opposite kind of happen, right? We had directional selection, I should do it this way, directional selection for agility. So things were getting more and more agile. And we know that more agility is correlated with less speed. And that is happening, things are getting kind of slower on this end, right? Although we did have some individuals survive a little bit. And that's because here in this situation, we had a weak correlation between agility and speed. So just because you were really agile didn't mean you were really slow. So you could have been kind of a little bit agile and kind of a little bit slow, or you could have been really fast and a little bit agile. So those trait relationships weren't as tight. So you can see a very different distribution kind of happening within. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So I'll leave it here for a little bit for you guys to ask me any kinds of questions that you guys would like to. So you can ask me any questions that you guys want. Make sure that you guys understand those three topics, or those three main points that affect how evolution happens. And remember, I want you guys to really, really remember them. So yell them out loud to yourself. The first one is there has to be variation in a trait. Then those traits need to be heritable. And finally, what we need to see is some level of selection that means certain individuals survive better than others, and their survival is determined by the trait that they possess. That is selection. All right? So, hopefully that all makes sense. Please tell me yes or no in the comments, because we're going to kind of end it very, very soon. So do let me know if you have any comments now, so that I can answer any kinds of questions that you guys might have to make sure that you understand everything that we've talked about today. Like I said before, so sometimes this is a lot easier to do in person, but we can't do that now. So I hope that I've been able to convey everything well enough to you, and that this game actually worked well enough for you guys to understand how everything kind of functions. The other thing that you guys can think about as well is, what would happen if we did end up selecting a cost to missing? Remember, in that scenario, what we would have done is, if you missed a dot, it would have cost you some points. And when you hit a dot, you gain energy. If you miss, you use energy, and you come closer to death if you keep missing. So what do you guys think that would have done to how you guys would have hunted? Something really small and simple like that could change a whole predator-prey dynamic, and could once again shift how individuals, and how populations, I should say, evolve over time, because we're changing the strength of selection. So if you guys want, you could throw a hypothesis or a prediction in there. I could tell you guys if you're right, because we won't end up doing that now. But if you guys want, you can do it on your own. It only takes a few seconds and doesn't take too long. And you can see how some of those other variables, like changing the size of the population, or changing whether or not it costs any energy to actually miss or hunt dots. So, given that there's no questions or comments coming on right now, I will guess that I have done an absolutely incredible job of teaching you these concepts, so thank you very much. If you guys do have any questions, throw them in there. I'll leave this running for a little while longer so that I can answer some questions here in the comments, because once I stop the feed, these comments kind of disappear. So I will just end the show and keep the feed going and check to see if you guys have any comments. I'll also upload this up to YouTube and throw a link into Moodle so that you guys can watch this lecture or this practical again for anyone who's missed it, or if you guys want one more. So at that, thanks, Josh. I'm glad. This is a little bit different, right? But you know, different times call for different measures and all that jazz. That wasn't the slogan, but it was something like that. Good enough for me. So I hope you guys had a good time. Penny and Jason and Josh, thank you. Everyone else who did throw in comments, thank you. Having comments like that makes it a lot more fun. We'll be doing one more of these later on, and I think the game is Hungry Birds, where you guys will end up being parents and trying to make as many of your nestlings survive by catching as much food as you can. We're going to be applying some of these ideas that we've learned here into understanding life history trade-offs, which is how individuals invest energy into various traits for themselves and their offspring. We'll be doing this one more time later on, and you know, like I said, I appreciate all your comments because it makes it a lot more fun. So for now, everyone, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of it, and if you have any more comments, just leave them in there, and we'll end it. So, like I said, my name is Michael. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys later. All the best.